Welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast. I'm your host Nirban Day, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, Robin from the Butterfree channel. Remember, he was on our channel before too, so he's on our channel again, and this time we're gonna talk about choices more in general and in more depth. Last time it was a short conversation, but this time we're talking each other live. So, Robin,
Exactly.
how are you?
Hello. I shall start with saying what I always say at the beginning of every video on my channel. Hey guys, Butterfree Guy here. I'm glad to be here. So I'm always eager to talk about choices. Uh, yeah. So go ahead and ask your questions.
Yeah, sure. I would start, but before I start, I remember mentioning last time when you were on my channel that about your channel Butterfree Guy and the fun videos you make there, and also at that time I said that you were making one fun video about choices. So that is out now, right?
Uh, I am working on it. I just need one more recorded line from somebody. I'm waiting on that, and then I can upload it to YouTube. So it will probably be online either today or in a few days. Yes.
Cool. So without giving away much, can you tell our viewers like what is it about and a little plot about it?
Yes. So obviously, if you know the app of choices, which I suppose that the viewers of your channel do, um, you will be familiar with the various that choices has. I wanted to do funny sketches on the stories, but I decided to mix it into one story where uh, a character from my channel, Robinium, my evil alter ego, actually goes through various stories to figure out which stories he likes and which ones he doesn't like. And yeah, we talk about all the cliches of choices and stuff that is related to choices in some funny ways.
Well, that sounds super awesome. And well, like I said before, I can't wait for it. So yeah, and I'm going to be linking it in the description box if it has released. So make sure you guys go ahead and check this out because it's a fun choices video. And if you play choices, I'm pretty much sure that you're going to like it. All right, so
Absolutely, because there are way more references to certain things in stories than I thought we would do. So I hope you guys will enjoy it.
yeah, yeah, it's also fun, when you know something and you see a fun video about that. So it definitely is awesome. I know that.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give
so
away. I'm gonna give away one teaser because we also mentioned the system of diamonds that you use in choices. We also mentioned them in a funny way, actually.
uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. I think I watched a clip of 5 seconds clip on Instagram. I think, and yeah, it was super
Yeah,
fun.
but that was a
Yeah,
clip that was only recorded for Instagram. There's another scene about the diamonds in the video, actually.
yeah, yeah. But that was well depicted.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
cracked me, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so let's talk about choices now. If you're ready.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So before I start talking about the old books, let's talk about. Are you reading the recent books? I mean, the books that are being released now, like Open Heart, or the book that just ended, Foreign Affairs.
Foreign Affairs, I have been reading for a while now. I haven't finished it yet. Some people are saying that there is something with the ending that it's bad, but I can't judge it because I'm somewhere in the middle, I
Yeah.
think. Open Heart, I have been a big fan of that series for a long time, but I still have to catch up on the third book. I started the first two chapters, I think, and then I stopped for a while, so I'll have to catch up on that. I really like the stories they are putting out now. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Foreign Affairs. Yeah, I finished it, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to spoil it for you. But yeah,
no,
it's a really nice story though, and yeah, Open Heart, like it never gets old. Like this plot is somewhere. We solve medical cases and some dramas come along the way, but it never gets
yeah,
old.
but
It's always exciting.
there are always
Yeah,
crazy shenanigans that happen in the hospital as well. Especially when your
exactly,
character hangs out with their friends. Then there happen some weird things actually.
exactly. That happens. And So are you reading the VIP books by any chance?
No, no, no. I'm not reading them. I was glad when they released one of the VIP books to the public, though. I forgot which one it was that they.
Was it With Every Heartbeat?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I started reading it, and I was happily surprised that the Edenbrook Hospital gets mentioned there as well. Um, but I also think that I'm only there at the first two chapters or something. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. There are lots of reference of Edinburgh. Yeah, you're right. That's a nice story too, and glad they released it for public, for general public, earlier,
yeah.
because
From what I've heard
yeah,
from people is that the story can get pretty sad at the end.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, from even if you just watch you read the sort of chapter descriptions and see the banner, you will know like it's gotta be something medical condition, sad, and also it says tragic. Like in
Yeah,
the book description.
and
Yeah,
if I remember the beginning correctly, it actually starts with your character's partner not being able to show up on the school,
yeah,
uh, and then it goes back to the time before that.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I think I don't even watch the movie or not. What was the movie? The Fault in Our Stars. I have found a lot of similarity with that movie of this book.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie, but I think I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. So, by the way, talking about recent books, so are you happy with the Eli structure in Open Heart? Because a lot of people are saying like there is this, even people who want to romance female love interest, they're saying there's only Jackie, and also they want Aurora, but Aurora is not there. Some people wanted even um, Esme, but she isn't definitely a love interest. And even people who like Jackie, she isn't getting much screen time. And also some people who like Bryce or Rafael, they say like, well, Bryce and Rafael, they're not getting enough screen time, so it's all about Ethan. So what do you think about that? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I have a feeling that recently the book is indeed more focused on Ethan and the love story behind him. Uh, I always pick the female love interest because I'm a guy and I like girls in real life.
Yeah,
So I go for Jackie in this one, and she's pretty cool to hang out with. I blame Pixelberry for not putting Aurora as a love interest because she clearly shows interest in your character, and I would totally date her in this book if I could. Um, but I pretend that my character is dating her, so that's just funny. Um, and yeah, I don't like the fact that there are too many male options for the people who just want female love interests. But I understand that they can't have you get with every character in the book. I mean, that would be a bit weird.
yeah, it would be really hard to design the story even with that many love interests, and just fall
Yeah,
apart. Yeah, and I
yeah.
understand that. Yeah,
And I think they really picked out the best of the characters that they could. They picked out Jackie because of her fun personality. They picked out Ethan because it could lead to some drama on the workspace, and they picked out the other two because your characters just get along with them in general.
yeah, exactly. No, I feel like the book mainly intended to be a book that will focus mainly on Ethan and our main character. Like, we are working under Ethan, the relationship. It's sort of,
Hmm.
so they should have gone with, more gender customizable. Like, they should have made Ethan gender customizable and race customizable. That would have been, justified because Ethan is the main spotlight of this book.
Yeah, and they could totally have made up a female name that kind of fits him, like Ethel or something like that. That's not too different
Exactly.
from him. Uh,
Exactly.
and yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, the story is still good, like you said. So I don't
Yeah,
even mind
absolutely.
the love interest sometimes. But yeah,
It's true, but I like the story in general, and that's why I always like to return to Edenbrook.
exactly, that's true. Now talking about these AI structures. So we have so far we're seeing recently Pixelberry. They're releasing more AI locked books. Like you only get one AI. And so,
That's true.
what is your feeling on this? Do you like one Eli books or multiple Eli books?
I
Which
like
one
the
works?
books with multiple allies more, I think, because I remember that I still have not finished the Bloodbound series, but I am
Yeah.
still enjoying it. I'm somewhere in book 3 at this point.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I really like the fact that you can romance multiple people if you want to. I also, yeah, I tend to lean more towards the books that have multiple allies than just focus on one character the entire time.
Yeah, exactly. No, if you don't, with one love interest, the thing is you can take it or you can leave it. But if you have multiple AI, then you have lots of people, so you sort of get to choose. It's not
Yeah,
like four.
and the game is
Yeah,
called Choices, so the fact that you can choose between characters who you want to date is the purpose of the story, I think.
exactly. But again, on other hand, books like for instance, what was the name we just said? With Every Heartbeat. So there we
With
can
every
see
heartbeat.
why it's good with one love interest. It's because it's
Yeah,
emotional. It's
of
about the
course.
mental connection. Yeah,
Yeah. It would be totally different if you could just romance different characters and then the story wouldn't
yeah.
come to its true
Wouldn't have the
purpose.
same effect. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. So now let's talk about some. I mean, last time you were on my show, we talked about America's Most Legible in details, but also you mentioned
absolutely.
some other books, so we didn't get much time to talk about that. So we
That's
have
true.
today some time to talk. So, what other books? Can you please? I forgot a little. What other books you said are your favorites? So, can you tell me what other books are your favorite in choices?
I'm going to open the Choices app right now on my phone to check if I haven't missed
Yeah,
any books, um,
yeah, yeah,
because then I can see which ones I truly like and talk more about them. Give me a moment.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
because okay, wait. Apparently, it's on a chapter of foreign affairs. I have to close that down for a moment. Wait. Uh,
Yeah.
no, I don't. Give me a moment. Sorry. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. That's a good thing. You're opening your choices app. I mean, you have everything stored there. You can see what
yeah,
books
and
you have
then
finished, favorite
exactly.
ones. Yeah,
Yeah. Let's see. Because then I know if I forget to talk about a certain book, then I can remember it.
yeah,
Browse by
sure. Take
series.
it.
That's the easiest. So yeah, indeed, we talked about America's Most Eligible.
Right.
Of course, that is still one of my favorite books.
Yeah,
Let's see. We have Blades of Light and Shadow was actually also one of my favorite ones. Um,
yeah. It's
I
a
didn't
blast.
expect it. I didn't expect it because I do like things like Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm not too involved into it. But I loved the entire book, and I heard they were going to make a second book. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. Um, for the people who want to know which character I pursued in there for love
Yeah,
interest, I
yeah.
tried to get with Imtara, the orc girl, um, but I never had enough gems for romance scenes or something, so that was a little bit weird. Um, then Bloodbound is still one of my favorite stories, where I mostly go after Camilla. Um, because yeah, she's just a cool, experienced vampire. I like her.
Yeah,
Let's see. Then we have The Elementalists is also one of my favorite series. That's right.
okay.
Which we will also be referencing in my video that I'm making.
Wow.
Because the School of Pendergast is literally mentioned at in my video.
Yeah,
So that's pretty cool. And plus, one of my characters on my series is a wizard, so of course I decided to have him work in Pendergast in this little video. Um, uh, and yeah, I really like the story in general, and I think I went after Esther. I think the plant girl. Uh,
yeah. My favorite too. Yeah.
then Foreign Affairs is okay. I'm not sure if I really like the story.
Yeah.
I
Somewhere in the
I'm
middle.
playing
Yeah.
it and it's fun, and some of the love interests are really fun, but I'm not getting too invested in the story.
Yeah.
Uh, I
I get
only
that.
recently started playing the Freshman, so I can't really talk about that. Um, the Heist Monaco, actually, despite it only being one book, it was really good. I finished it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the fact that this time you were on the bad guy's side and you had to steal the crown jewels of Monaco. So I really like that plot twist.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. That's
and
my
you could
favorite.
romance someone of the enemy team. Actually, I think a woman.
I think
Um,
Sonia. Yeah,
Sonia.
that's
Yes, yes, that's her. And
interesting.
then another series that I finished and loved was the Love Hacks series, which is more like a TV show that you would watch more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminds me of the shows like Friends or The Big Bang Theory or something, just characters getting
Yeah,
together and having fun with them. I know that in one option I almost killed Cole basically by making him go to the zoo and enter the exhibit of the tiger or something, and then I got a message: "You died. Please start over." Uh, so um, that was pretty funny. Let's see. Oh, Nightbound was actually also one of my favorite books, to be honest.
yeah,
Uh, I didn't expect it because I'm not a big fan of werewolves, but in the end, I realized it's not only about werewolves. Despite
exactly.
the image that you see when you click on it, it's not only
Yeah,
about werewolves.
misleading. Yeah, I
Uh,
was thought it's mostly about werewolves, but it doesn't have to do much with werewolves, to be honest. Yeah,
no, actually, there's one character who's a werewolf, but other than that, it's not much.
yeah.
Open Heart, we already discussed that before, so I really like this series, and I'm still. Wait, let me check on which chapter I am. I'm at chapter 2 at this point. Yeah.
A
Uh,
bit,
of book 3, chapter
yeah,
2 of book 3.
yeah,
Yeah. And then Passport to Romance was actually also pretty good. I don't know why they didn't make a second book for that because I
yeah.
really like the traveling concept. Uh, that was really
That
cool.
was a nice one.
And I think I don't know how to pronounce the name, but Samir or Samir, she was a pretty cute girl, so I went after her in that book. Um,
Yeah, the one from Japan, right?
yeah, yeah, the one with the Japanese origins, yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
who liked to draw in her sketchbook.
yeah.
Um,
She was my favorite too. Yeah,
yeah, and then Queen Bee, I'm still playing it. It's okay. I mean, I at first I didn't like the story because I don't really like books where you only play as women, but I'm at chapter 9 of the first book, and I'm actually really enjoying it. So I go back to it more often than I expected.
yeah,
Uh, let's see. There are a lot that I haven't played yet. Rising Tides was okay for those people who really like the whole saving the planet stuff.
exactly.
Um, I'm I do care about the planet, and I have an ecologic ideology, so it's fun to read the book. But I'm not sure if I really enjoyed the story and if I could really get myself totally involved in it. But it was okay. Um, let's see. Then there are a few that I wishful thinking. I'm still reading, but I'm not sure what to think about it. I I come back to it sometimes and then I like it, but then sometimes I just close it and don't open it for months. It's weird. It's weird. I,
Yeah, I haven't played it to be honest either. Yeah, I'm planning to play it
it's
in
it's
sometime in the future. Yeah,
it's fun. It's like you can read the minds of people, but I don't know what to think about it.
yeah. It's
It's on my
like
list of books that I want to finish, but not at the top priority. Let's say
yeah,
that.
maybe someday. Exactly.
With every heartbeat is pretty cool. But like I said, I'm not very far. I see that I'm at chapter 3 here, so there still has a lot to happen.
Yeah.
I
So when you continue reading, make sure you have tissues and stuff because you're gonna cry a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's why I don't want to continue in the book because I don't want to
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah.
uh,
Exactly.
there is one book that I'm not seeing and that I'm looking for. I think I went over it. Let me see.
We're talking about Endless Summer.
Endless Summer. Ah, here it is. Yes, one of my favorite books. I finished it a while ago, and I'm still sad that I finished it. Um,
Who
I'm
did you
still
date?
sad that you couldn't romance all the companions. That was something I had hoped that you could do, uh,
So
because there
who?
were some interesting characters
So who were you hoping to date? I mean, among the companions.
among the companions that are available to date, or the others.
No, no, the others. Like who were
The
just
others.
friends. Yeah.
Michelle, the blonde girl. I think
Yeah.
she would be fun because at the beginning of the story, she's literally a bitch. So I just want to see how that would end up if she was
Yeah.
with a if she were to get with the main character. I think that would lead to a fun dynamic between the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and Zara, the cool chick. I think that could lead to some fun scenes as well. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Also,
Exactly.
this was one of the first stories that I started playing, and after America's Most Eligible, I think I started playing this one. And at that point, I was still convinced that you could date all the characters, all the sidekicks. So I literally tried to go after Michelle, I think. But then I looked it up on the Choices Wikia, and then it said that I couldn't romance her, and then I was like, oh, okay, so I have to pursue someone else. But I was already in the middle of the first book, so yeah, that
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I
and then
think.
I
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
okay no then I started going after Quinn, but then eventually my interest in Estella started to grow, so I went after her in the end. And in the end, when the handfasting ceremony came, I ended up with nobody because I had not enough relationship with either of those.
Yeah. I mean, you need a lot of points. Then only you can get
Yep,
married to them. Yeah.
yep. So in the end, my character is single, and then I decided to have him wipe himself from existence so that nothing ever happened.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I personally liked Queen's character because it was fun and sort of. I mean, it really felt like Queen and main character, their relationship just clicked from the moment they met each other. I mean, the same can be said about MC and Son and MC and Jake and also Estila. But with Queen, it was like, with Queen had some tragedies. Also like
Yep.
with every heartbreaks, love interest, Queen also had some conditions, medical conditions. Yeah, so it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I have started playing the hero book as well, uh, which sometimes gets referenced in Endless Summer and the other way around, because apparently the villain from the hero book seems to know Everett Rourke, the villain of Endless Summer. So there are references to that, which I kind of like. Um, I don't. Yeah, I've played some of the more horror and more spooky books. I'm not a big fan of the genre of horror, but I just wanted to try it out and see what it was about.
Mhm.
Um, I think I'm with the it it lives. I think I have started it. Yeah, I've started it. I'm at chapter 5 of the It Lives book, but I'm not really a big fan of horror books.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So you played the Endless Summer book. So did
yeah,
you were you able to solve the first books? At the end of the first book, there was a sort of a code or riddle. You need to enter the code and you needed to solve
right.
something. So, were you able to solve it on your own? I have this question for you.
Phew, it's a long time ago, and I don't think I solved it on my own. No, I think I either had to look it up, or eventually, if you keep guessing, the characters start giving hints.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't think I could easily solve it.
Yeah, I tried it a lot. I think I got, 7 or 8 words right, but the other words were really different. I didn't know how it came about, but I copied it from somewhere
Mhm.
at the end. Yeah, but it was super, it's different. I felt like in other books, you just play, just click through, but there you needed to apply your brain, get an exercise book or pen and then write down, think about how it can
Yeah,
happen. So it's sort of, it gets you involved in that. So it was very interactive, to be honest, real
yeah.
interactive.
The problem with that was usually when I play these books, or when I used to play them in the past, I was at work during a break and playing them. So I didn't really have anything to write. So
Yeah,
that was a problem for these kind of books.
yeah, exactly. I think Blades of Light and Shadow also had one of these kind of scene where we needed to solve a clue, like a detective.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. And I think that what's it called? The heist also had such a scene where you needed to remember something, and you had to type out what they said.
Yeah, exactly. And also in America's Most Eligible, I think it was most interactive because always you have to choose the right things, you have to say the right words, and also you needed to remember stuff, words, and it really
Yeah.
your points depended on that. So yeah,
Yeah, I remember that sometimes you even need to make up a team name or a drink name.
yeah,
Um, and
that
I
was
remember that I'm replaying it on another account of mine, and I think I really literally called my team in one for one task. I literally called my team Carson sucks or something. Uh, so yeah,
yeah, exactly. I mean, these books are really awesome because I don't think this books like these are really common because it's not just about clicking through the game, but it's getting involved, using your brain, and being proactive. It's not
what I
so
also
that's
liked, what I also liked is in Passport to Romance, you had to pick out a name for your blog, for your travel blog, and I
yeah,
really like that because it's a bit more personal that way.
exactly that's true. And also sometimes basically buy a pet or you take a pet from somewhere and then you name
Yeah,
them. That's
I
all.
remember that in the book of Perfect Match, which I also played. There's this in the second book, I think there's this little fuzzy creature that you buy, or that they make for you and that you can adopt. And I decided to adopt it, and it was called Uwu or something, or I don't know how you pronounce that, UWU. Um, and I just decided to keep that name because it was cute.
Yeah, but they also give us the chance to change the name. So it's sort of super awesome. Like you sort of get connected with that. Yeah,
Yeah,
like if you
that's
have
true.
a pet
That's cool.
and then after that, yeah, that's really
Yeah,
interactive. And also, I think you said about Blades of Light and Shadow. You dated Imtura, right?
yeah, that's right. That's right.
So why not Nia? Like she's super popular and she's super famous. So just why you didn't go after her?
Yeah, but I tend to go for the characters that I feel like the book is mostly aimed towards Mia, and I want to go for the characters that the book doesn't focus the most on.
Yeah.
For example, take Bloodbound. For example, the book focuses all about Adrian, and that's why I just go for Camilla because she's like the sidekick more than the important part of the story.
Yeah, same thing. I also go for how can I forget her name? I just ended up playing. In Foreign Affairs, what's the name of our TA? Aina. I go for
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. The only female character if you choose Blaine as a male.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
what's her name? I'm dating her as well in this book.
Yeah, I think her name is
Um,
Aina Set. Yeah,
Aina. Yeah. Right. I
yeah.
remember.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
choose her. I think basically I find whenever we are having a moment with her, the background music sort of plays. It really connects with me. It sort of reminds me of the cowboy book. What was it? A Big Sky Country. So yeah, I'm a
Oh
big fan
yeah,
of.
I never played that one. I never played that one. Yeah. Well, I remember when we're talking about dating characters that the book is not really aimed for. Uh, uh, when reading the book of Queen Bee, I remember that I had my character actually sleep with Poppy in one point because
Yeah, that was a scene.
that's
Yeah,
just fun. I mean, dating the enemy basically. Uh,
keep your
yeah,
enemy
I
close.
like that concept.
Yeah, yeah, that was a wild book. Like all those scenes and stuff. So and getting back at them, the
Yeah,
parties and cool stuff. It was a wild book. Like everything you have there. Yeah.
I have to admit it's a book where you only play as a girl, but I understand why they don't put a male option there because the rivalry wouldn't be the same.
Yeah,
It's more
exactly.
like girls catfighting each other, and I understand that point why they didn't add the male option. Yeah,
Yeah, but I think if they wanted to add some, it would have been. They could have done that with some a little change here and there. So they could have done that, but yeah, it is what it is. Like you said, yeah.
yeah, true. It is what it is.
And also, like I said, Big Sky Country is one of my favorite book too. And if you like cowboys and countryside stories and stuff, then it's definitely your go-to book. And the music, awesome. It totally would take you to a countryside.
Let me ask you a question about that book then, because I haven't
Yeah, sure,
read it. Um,
sure.
are there any female love interests in that book?
Yeah, that's a perfectly balanced love interest, love interest book.
Okay,
We have two female, two male.
okay, that's cool. That's cool. Uh,
Yeah,
because then I might start reading it. But I'm yeah. At this point, I'm not too interested in it. But maybe in the future, I might start reading it.
yeah, but the love interest, that thing is well distributed. You have
That's good.
50-50. Yeah, that is indeed.
I like
And
that.
also, I think we are living out one book. What was it? Yeah, High School Story. That's the first book I
Yeah,
played. So, what's the experience about High School Story?
that was one of the most awesome books that I've ever played. Um, I remember I somehow I wanted to name my character Patrick there, so it was just a dumb guy named Patrick who always did the most idiotic things. Because I always went for the craziest options there because I was like, this guy is just not very smart. Um, and I remember I think I dated Maria there, the
Mm,
one of the student council or whatever it was called.
yeah,
Um,
student council. Yeah,
yeah, I
student
think
body council.
yeah, she's a lot of fun because it's fun how she always she isn't too romantic, but she always has this moment where she stresses out about too many things at once, and your character has to calm her down, and yeah, I like that.
Exactly. I mean, when I started playing, literally, I when I installed the app, I first opened up this book. So I was like, "Wow, this is really interesting," because I haven't played before anything like that. So now that I was just going, okay. So I first met Emma, and then I was like, "Is she a love interest?" I didn't know much about that. Then I met Maria. So yeah, book one, I think I had most pointed Maria, and I think the diamond scenes are designed in such a way. I think if you choose the girl, then Maria is going to be the one who is going to be asking you for homecoming,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
yeah, so
I have
yeah,
to admit, I think if you pick Maria in general, that she asks you for homecoming because I remember that in my story as well, where I played as the male character, um, where she was the one who took the initiative to ask
yeah,
your character to homecoming.
exactly.
I think
Yeah, same thing
that's
happened to
just
me.
with her character.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, I didn't want to reject because what would happen, like, maybe my character would go single. So I didn't know much about the game process at that time. So yeah, so I chose Maria, and yeah, she was fun, like how it went about. But from book two, I sort of started getting drawn to Emma, and Emma was sort of the character. And I think even like MC and Emma, they became friends on the
True.
first day of school. Then we learned Emma is drawn, has a crush on Caleb. Then, when Caleb gets his heart broken, then Emma tries to comfort him and sort of propose him, but Caleb says we can only be friends. So I think Emma and main character, they were destined to be something. So from book two onward, I sort of got drawn to Emma because I felt like Emma. It's my analogy. It's Emma is. I feel like Emma and Jen. I played
Hmm.
America's Most Eligible after playing this. So these two characters, I think they're sweet, they're caring, and they're just really, they're not like anything, they're not hiding anything, they're really honest and
Hmm.
bold also, and really sweet and caring and sort of really mature also. So yeah, I really like Emma. And then Jen, I feel like it- Jen is sort of the grown-up adult
Yeah, I
of
understand what
Emma,
you mean.
the
I
version of
understand
Emma.
what you mean. I really like Jen. At some points, I was leaning towards Emma as well when I was playing High School Story. Um, but at some for some reason, in the end, I decided to stick with Maria because she interested me a bit more than Emma. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I had this doubt who to choose, but yeah, I went with Emma because
yeah,
of the
true.
reasons I said. By the way, talking about High School Story, what activities did you choose in the
Right.
fall? Like, did you go for football? Did you go for band or what
I
was it,
think
cheerleading?
in the first book, I picked. Uh, I don't know the order anymore. I wanted to pick one in each book, so I went.
Yeah,
I didn't really like the football one too much, so I think I either didn't pick that or I did, but only in one book. And then I also remember that I picked one with the band and one with the cheerleaders. But I think now that I think about it, that the cheerleader one was the first, because it just was hilarious for me that a male character would go cheerleading with a bunch of girls. And
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that also goes on to prove my point. Like, if that can happen, then why can't you have a male protagonist or main character in
yeah,
Queen
true,
Bee
true,
book,
true. And
right?
I especially chose the cheerleading because remember I was going to have my character pick the most idiotic and dumb options, and I felt like he would be the type of
Yeah,
person to go for an all girls team with cheerleading instead of picking football.
yeah, exactly, exactly. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Actually, I chose in the first, like when originally I played, I chose football, then I chose
Ah, yeah.
basketball, and then I chose baseball. I sort of like sports. That's how I went there, and it was super fun. Like uh, in football we didn't get to do much, but in baseball we got to do a lot, like the swinging, and it was super fun.
I
Like
remember
I
that
said,
in
super
one chapter.
interactive.
I think I did baseball as well because I remember parts from that.
Yeah. I mean, I also played as a band member when I played it for the second time, but I don't think I ever played as a cheerleader because I thought, band and sport, football, those
Yeah, I
departments were cool.
understand. I
Yeah.
understand. But cheerleading as a guy in these chapters is hilarious.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, but really, it really depicts high
Yeah,
school.
true.
So, how would you like to, like, were you able to see your high school days through this book, and how would you like to express your feeling about, the incidents that took place inside this book, inside the school specifically, like the classes and the
Hmm.
lunch place, and like most of the things that happened. So, how would you like to, how do you
That's a
feel
good
about
question
them?
because there's actually something that I want to talk about it there. The fact is, I'm originally from Belgium and I still live in Belgium, and the
Yeah,
school system is totally different than compared to America, for example. So there is
yeah,
also a high school and other stuff, but yeah, the whole class system and the points you need to get to succeed and stuff, that's kind of different. So the after class activities, I don't think there were any in our schools. Um, so that's definitely
same.
different.
Yeah,
Um, so I was actually glad to have the chance to try these out in the books. Um, but
exactly.
yeah, I didn't really relate too much just because of the school system being different. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you wouldn't happen to have prom and
We
homecoming in
we
your
had
school, would you?
we had prom in the secondary school. At the end of secondary school, the last year,
Wow.
you go to prom with a partner or alone, depending on if you want to go with a partner or not.
Yeah. Going staggered
Yeah, and
every
I
time.
went with
Yeah.
somebody who I was just friends with, but we just decided to have a great time at the party. Uh, and instead of going in the typical black
So
or white color, I decided we're going in a green color. So yeah.
wow, like St. Patrick's
Yeah, a
Days,
little bit lighter
right?
green
Right?
than St. Patrick's Day green, but it was funny because we both
Uh-huh.
decided that we didn't want a typical traditional colors, so we said like we're picking green clothes, and yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So I would like to ask you on that note how the books and specifically movies they depict homecoming, prom, the school dances, and how you have them in real life. So are they super different or they have some similarity? Like, what would you like to say
With
about that?
prom, I that's the one I can talk about because I've had that. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember that there was the election for prom queen or prom king. Uh, I think that
Hmm.
if you stayed up long enough, but I never did because I always went to sleep early. Um, but if you stayed up long enough, that you could eventually vote for the best couple of the evening. But I don't think it was really called prom king or prom queen. Um, but it's fun and it's actually kind of depicted in the same way in the book. Um, where the characters go there, have fun. You can drink things if you want, but it's all for just having a good time. Um, and
Yeah.
I think prom was okay with the depiction of it, also in the books. And yeah, homecoming. I think we never really got that here in Belgium. Uh, and school dances. No, no. But sometimes we went to the movies with the school. I remember that. Sometimes when there
Mm.
were movies that the school wanted to show us, they invited us to go to the movies with them. Um, so I remember that we did that instead of those school dances, probably. Thinking,
Uh-huh. That's
yeah,
really
I don't think there's much more that I remember from my school years.
Yeah, that's cool. Like you had fun with that. Yeah, I mean, but anyway, you got to relive sort of your high school, even the moments you didn't have
Yeah,
in high school with this
yeah,
book. Yeah,
with my
that's cool.
dumb character that I always managed to have do idiotic things with, and I really love that because in the most stupid situations he would come up with the most ridiculous answer, and people would look at him like, "What the hell were you just saying?"
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's true. That's true. Um, like I said, it's super fun. And also, I don't think I would ever be on a reality TV show, but America's Most Eligible sort of fulfilled, how it feels to be on a reality TV show, the
Yeah,
games,
yeah.
sort
And
of
I
the
was
same.
like,
Yeah, I
I have a question
I used to
in
watch
general, just a
Yeah.
question that I want to ask to Pixelberry themselves, actually, about America's Most Eligible, because was it originally the intention to start dating Jen, or was it because she was getting popular by the fans that they decided to add that option at the end? Because I had a feeling that
Yeah,
at the
exactly,
beginning, it
exactly.
was only the characters you were teamed up with that you could date. I think, but I have a feeling that eventually Pixelberry started to realize that Jen was getting popular and that they decided to add an ending for those characters, for those people who liked her.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I started playing America's Most Eligible, and when I was playing America's Most Eligible, then already two books of America's Most
Ah, okay.
Eligible had been released, and the third book was in the works. Yeah, so I started playing the first book, and I remember I saw Jen first, and then we have this option to enter the show. We need to prove to
Yeah,
Piper by doing something that we are eligible for this show, so we can throw some water at Piper's face, or we can kiss Jen. So I do that, and sort of from that moment, I thought maybe Jen is gonna be
yeah.
our love
I
interest, but we never saw anything
also
like that. But Jen was there
I
guiding
I
us.
I I
Yeah,
once
yeah. Go ahead.
hoped that there would be an option to date Piper just because it would be hilarious. But I'm also glad that they didn't put it in because it would lead to some weird scenes, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So then I remember there was one moment we heard that Jen was told by Piper that Jen needs to
True.
disqualify us, or otherwise Jen would be, yeah, sacked. So then, well, but also Jen handles that situation like a pro. And then I remember we were in a dance and we were dancing with our partners. It could be Bianca, it could be, or Tegan, I think, or it could be Mackenzie or Adam. But we also saw Jen dancing with the other producer,
Omar. Yeah.
Omer. So we were thinking, oh, at least Jen was having fun. So at that moment, I thought maybe our main character thinking this probably could be like, maybe Jen could be a love interest. Our main character is getting jealous or something. So yeah, but I really thought at that moment that maybe if we could date Jen, it would be super awesome. Yeah, but finally it came true at chapter
Yeah,
17 or
true.
something, I guess. So
And
that was super
I
awesome.
remember that
Diamonds.
I always tried to get as much diamonds as possible for that book, and especially in the third book, I went through a lot of romance scenes with Jen because I just liked her
Yeah.
character and her personality, and I wanted to see what she was like in settings where she was alone with the main character.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when the first diamond thing came up with Jen, and I was like out of diamonds. So I started playing books. Like I would just click through other books, the first chapter, so I don't need any keys, but I would also get two diamonds. So I played 10 or 12 books, and I got 12 plus times two, 24 diamonds, and then I played the
Ah,
diamond thing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I used to do
it
that
was
as well.
fun.
Now it's in choices. If you log in, you can get a few free diamonds. Uh, but in the past,
Yeah, that's
I really
the thing.
tried to click through books. I think I did the cowboy book like that, the first two chapters by just clicking through it, uh, and getting the diamonds from it because I was out of diamonds as well.
I would only do this with the first chapter, because if you do with the first chapters of any book, you don't need to,
That's
waste
true.
any keys. But with the second chapters, you actually need to waste keys, and at that moment, I needed keys plus I also
Okay.
needed diamonds.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I sometimes do start a new book when I need more diamonds and I don't want to wait a few hours because I don't have any keys. So sometimes I just start a book to get the first chapter over and done with. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, I have a video out in my channel recently, and it's about my two first loves, because this book has literally 100 chapters, and the length is like 4 to 5 minutes. And even if you don't play the diamond sins, then the length is gonna be 2 to 3 minutes. So you can just play it for diamonds. You can get 100 times to almost two
Yeah.
hundred plus
The only
diamonds from
problem
this
is
book.
what I don't like about that book is that it wastes your keys because uh, you basically only you spend the key and then you only have 3 or 4 minutes of playtime and then you have to spend another key.
Exactly. So, but have you played
I've
this book,
I've
My
started
Two
it. I
First
think
Loves?
I have started a few chapters of it. Let me check. I still have my app open, so I can check. Let me
Go ahead.
check. Browse by series. My first two, my first two loves, not my first three. Why am I saying? Um, I'm at chapter three of the of the first book. So I think there's only one book. Yeah. Um, but I'm at chapter three.
What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think of this book so far? How do you like
It's
the story?
okay. A little on the short side each chapter. Um, but other than that, I think it's okay. It gives you not the vibe that you have with other books where you have multiple partners to pick. But it also doesn't give you the vibe of a book that's about a single partner. You can just you have
Yeah,
two love interests and it's cool. And I don't know if at the end you can choose to end up with either of them. But I think that's a cool concept. It's not the typical one partner book or the typical um, multi partner book.
yeah. So who you like the more? Like, is it Noah, or is it the boy next
I
door?
barely remember the characters. I actually don't know who I picked there. Um, I'm only at chapter three, so I don't think I've made up my mind yet. Uh,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I hope you like the
I
book.
think I'll continue reading it.
So
But yeah, I just hate the fact that it's so short each chapter.
yeah, exactly. That's true. But I hope you're gonna like when you read the book. I mean, I personally liked the book, and I was sort of mentally connected with the boy next door, and I even named out his character after
Okay,
my name. And I sort of liked the story. Yeah, I mean, I like the notion of the story, how they went on about that, and I used to play it when it used to release every day, and I really like the fact that it released every day. Because when we wait 1 week for a book, it's sort of, we forget the
true,
storyline, the excitement dies
true,
down. So, yeah. And also the way it was written in the first person, I really like book. Like, it really, it's more poetic, I think, because it gives a more poetic asset to it, sort of essence. So I really like that. The main character explains what happened to me. So yeah,
Yeah,
it was super awesome.
I understand that. I don't think there are any other books that talk from the first person perspective.
Yeah, I think
Ah, yeah,
Save the Date.
true,
Save the Date
true.
is also a book that is
Yeah,
written in
true.
first person. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Exactly. I mean, Choices is really a fun place.
Absolutely. And
Really.
I remember that they mentioned something about a zombie book coming up, or uh, did I get that wrong?
Yeah, yeah,
I've read
exactly
something
right. And I was about to
about
move the
Pixelberry
conversation.
working on a book about zombies or something. Um,
Yeah, exactly. You're right. I mean, I was gonna ask you about that. What do you feel about this new books? I know, yes, exactly. A zombie book they're planning to release
Yeah.
near the end of the year, and but I think they said this month they're gonna release one book called Laws of Attraction, and later this year they're gonna release Crimes of Passion. The names are super awesome, you know. Laws of Attraction, Crimes of Passion. I mean, wow, it's like a really awesome name, like a Netflix movie. So yeah, I'm excited for it. What do you think about these books? Are you excited about these books? I mean to say these new books that are going to be released this year.
Like the Phoenix Wright games, if you've ever played them, where you're in court and you have to make sure that you get the right evidence for the case. So I really hope that it would focus on the life of the people who work in court and who deal with different cases. Perhaps you could do the different cases system just like in the Edenbrock Hospital.
Exactly.
Um, and then Crimes of Passion, I think it was called. Um, it
Yeah.
I don't know what to think of it because I believe that your character is.
We're losing you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Yeah, we lost you
Okay,
there for a moment.
okay.
Now I can
So
hear you. Yeah,
Crimes
go
of
on.
Passion. I think I don't know. Is your character on the criminal side there, or is he on the law department?
No, it
A
says
detective.
you are a
Okay,
detective in New
okay.
York City, you know, like an FBI officer or something. Your voice is breaking.
Uh,
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Pressing my on the case.
Yeah, sure. Take your time, no problem. I mean, we're recording in real time, so yeah, that's a really common problem. Yeah, go
But
ahead.
yeah, I remember that story where your characters work in the police department. I remember, or where they're kind of like detectives. Um,
Most wanted.
Most Wanted, yeah.
Yeah, most
I'm
wanted.
I'm
Yeah.
still playing that story and it's okay. I kind of like it. I hope they are going to reference that book or say that they're working together with these. I always
Yes.
their books, so that would be a welcome addition if they mention that they're working together with.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, when you get references to other books, you feel sort of good. Like, wow, you know, they're referencing that book. I remember in high school class act, they're referencing the book America's Most Legible. Like someone saying, I would rather watch
Yeah,
America's Most
that's
Legible.
true.
Why would I
That's
watch
true.
your show?
What
So,
I what
yeah.
I or what I kind of
Yes. We're losing you, I guess.
maybe.
Can you hear me? Yeah, now I can hear it. It's sort of a distant voice, but it's okay. Audible.
Is this
We
better?
lost you there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's
Um,
better. Much better.
no,
Yeah,
I
go on.
remember that in you have in Endless Summer you have the character of Michelle who we talked about before, and I remember if you play one of the last scenes of the bonus scenes of book three, where she sees her future, she. So I was hoping that she would pop up somewhere in the Edenbrock Hospital at some point, or be mentioned that she would work there. But so far, I don't think that has happened yet.
So she sees her future in the Edinburgh Hospital, like how?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
me? Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah. Go on, go on.
in Endless Summer, the last book, there are these scenes where the characters can see what their future looks like. Mm? Uh, Due to things that they are
Hmm.
given by the spirit. The spirit gives them items that reminds them of events, and when they touch it, they get a vision of what their future would be like. Um, and I remember that when Michelle sees her future, she's working in a hospital. It isn't stated that it's Edenbrook Hospital, but it would be a fun reference if in Open Heart, one of the new interns, for example, that your character meets, could be Michelle. I think that would be fun. As a fun nod to what happened in the Endless Summer book. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that reference would be super awesome, and if we can see Michelle. But I think, I don't know if Edenbrook, sorry, the Open Heart book is going to end at book three,
Hmm.
or there's going to be another book. So I think there could be a potential book, but yeah. So if it has a book, then would like to see
Yeah,
those
because
kind of references.
that
At
is
least in a
something I
diamond scene.
definitely enjoy about Pixelberry, the references to other franchises. I remember I've looked it up that in because I'm also playing the story Platinum, where which is about singing, and I remember that
Yeah,
if you make the right option, that Carson from America's Most Eligible might show up there, and I've read it on the Choices Wikia that Carson makes a cameo in that book. If I think in a premium scene, but still, I think that's pretty funny.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember in Nightbound book, if you go to this place and you have this diamond scene, I think Vera's mom's place, Vera's mom's hideout, you go there
Hmm.
with Nick and everyone, and then you get this diamond scene where you get to meet one vampire,
Oh, right,
Priya, I think, so
right.
in it's a diamond.
The problem is, I played
Yeah,
Nightbound before I played Bloodbound, so I didn't really realize that it were the same characters.
exactly. Me
Uh,
too.
but
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I realized later, when I sort of started watching photos and choices fandom on Instagram, so I realized that, oh wow, Priya is a
and I
character
think
from
that
Bloodbound.
in
All right, I
another
got it.
book, Camila also shows up in another book. I don't know exactly, but I've read somewhere that she also pops up in another book.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, these references are so like, and like you said, heroes references pop up in various books. America's Most Eligibles references pop up in different books. The Crown and the
Yeah.
Flames references pop up in different books. Hey, what you're watching? I'm watching Crown and Flames. So yeah, it's super fun.
I actually blame me, but I haven't played The Crown and the Flame. Perhaps the first chapter, but other than that, I don't think I've read it. It's on my list of books that I definitely want to read because I think it's going to be good. But so far I haven't had the chance to read it yet.
Yeah, I mean, consider me that in that boat too. So that makes two of us because
But
I
I
haven't
love.
completed this
There's a
book
book
yet.
I totally forgot
Yeah.
which one, where your characters go to a cosplay convention, and there is actually a booth about the Crown and the Flame. So it's basically mentioned multiple times as a TV series that the characters are watching.
Yes, yes. I think I have read that, or maybe I've forgotten. Yeah, you're right. So it's sort of intertwined. The universes are intertwined, so that's
Yeah, and
super
I would love
super
to see
awesome.
more of that in the future of choices, because the zombie book, I'm hoping that some of the supernatural creatures from various other choices books actually pop up. For example, the zombie outbreak could totally take place in the same city as Nightbound. Nightbound takes place in. Uh, that would be fun.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That would have been super awesome, and yeah, sort of because yeah, and it should be. I don't know, like with zombie book, it is in the
Hmm.
proper horror genre, or it's sort of apocalyptic genre, but they should be making it like worth it, because zombie apocalyptic book, it's something like you want to watch. I don't, and it should be. I have watched some movies, but it hasn't really satisfied me. But I watch some cartoons, and those cartoons are spot on about zombie apocalypse. So I hope this book is gonna satisfy our thirst, hunger for zombie. Like, it should be a proper zombie apocalyptic book, and with everything, like they should
Yeah, and
go
I feel like
full
if
on
they're
with
gonna
this.
put the
Like
zombie book
go
in the
even
horror
wild.
category, then they should put Nightbound in there as well because the blood rate is freaking scary.
Yeah, exactly. I mean that when I first started playing this, I was like, "What is that?" Like the sort of the sort of
Yeah,
the way they designed it, it gives you creeps. It's the
the whole
skeletons and
time
like
when I saw
the
the character,
shriek.
I was like, "It's gonna
I
eat me, and I need to get out of here."
Exactly. I mean the ghost in it lives
Hmm.
beneath or it lives in the woods. They didn't scare me that much like this freaking blood red did, because it
Yeah,
was
and
like
I
it's
remember
made of skeletons, and
in the book
blood
of
is
the
coming out
Elementalists, especially in the second book, that there were some very scary scenes as well. Yeah,
in the second book. Which
or
ones
was I in the first
exactly, to
book
be
where you
precise?
had to battle Wraith? I think on his battlefield. That was in the first book. Those were
Yeah,
some
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
scary scenes. Um, and everything revolving around blood magic and
Exactly.
stuff like that. The lore behind it was pretty scary. So yeah, it was leaning more towards the horror genre to
Yeah,
me
yeah.
in the end.
Yeah, I mean, these books like Nightbound or this,
Yeah,
what's the name of the book? Yeah, The Elementalists. These books are super awesome, and specifically, I don't know what do you think about it, but personally, when I play the first chapter of these kind of books. I really like it because when you start, you're just a
yeah,
normal kid, you're a normal person, you don't know, and this is really interesting, like how they depict the transition of your normal life to that supernatural life, like how
true,
you
true.
get the
Because
magical power, how you reach there,
for a long
for
time in
Nightbound, sort of.
the
Yeah,
Elementalists, before the character of Atlas, your doppelganger, was revealed, uh, I was actually wondering, like, was he gonna be evil? What is he gonna do? Um, but in the end, it actually just seems to be your twin brother who was separated from you. Um, so yeah, I really like that concept that you have to figure out who a character is during the book and how your character got their powers and doesn't know about them. Because
exactly. I mean, that's
I
super worth
remember
it,
in
and like I said, this
Nightbound
transition.
that had the
Yeah,
same thing because at the end your character discovers that he belonged to the Fae or fairy species, I think, um, and that was something
yeah,
that was a surprise for me at the end because I thought my character was just human, but yeah,
yeah. So at the end, in both the books, we figure out, well, we're not human. We were meant to be here, and we had some
yeah. And the
special
fun part
power
is at the
by
end
birth. Yeah,
they begin to enjoy the fact that they have special powers. In the beginning, they're kind of doubtful, like, is this
exactly.
gonna be my new life? Am I gonna enjoy it? But at the end of the book, they're actually enjoying it, and I like that.
Yeah, they're like. Yeah, I mean, this is super interesting, and like I said, the transition, because you're a normal kid, you're having some problem, and suddenly, boom, you're into this world. Monsters are coming after you, and then you're making allies, you're making finding love
Yep.
interests who are gonna protect you, and you're making friends, you're making allies. It's just wow. I mean, we only think we started there and where we are. We were in a normal kid, normal person. Now we are into a big mess, and I hope the zombie
Yeah.
genre is gonna follow something like that. First chapters are really for these reasons, because you start as normal life, and then suddenly in that normal somewhere, there is a hint of
Yeah.
something abnormal or sort of
Also,
supernatural
please,
that's gonna
if
haunt
the zombie
you.
book comes out,
Yeah,
please make it a proper zombie book and have us become a zombie at some point. Just like in the end of Bloodbound in book 3, you become a
yeah,
vampire yourself. So I think that's pretty funny. So have us become a zombie, even temporarily. I don't care, but have us become a zombie at some point.
yeah, exactly. That'd
Like
be super awesome. I mean,
I can see
it's
it
the most
in front of
awaited
me that you
genre.
have three options to pick from, and that they all say brains, brains, eat brains.
Exactly, brains. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Yeah, like exactly right. Like I'm really waiting how they're gonna depict the zombies because we have all these things. So what kind of zombies are they gonna be, and what is going to start the zombie apocalypse? I mean, to be honest, they're living in an apocalyptic situation, more or less, and like reading about zombie apocalypse, everyone's favorite apocalypse,
I'm
fictionally. So
wondering,
it's gonna be super awesome.
if
I'm waiting like
we link to
how.
different stories, could the
Yeah.
events of Endless Summer have triggered the zombie apocalypse? Because with all
Yeah,
the time
exactly. We would
rewinding
have to see like are
and
they gonna
time
come
traveling
up with some.
shenanigans, could there maybe be a timeline where zombies are set loose in the city?
Exactly. Could that have triggered this zombie apocalypse, or could that have opened some hole for zombies to come or something? Yeah, they should do that. I mean, they should come. I mean, if not originally, but in Diamond Scenes, they should have. So like, okay, we're showing now how this happened, and we would know about this, and there would be, like you said, references
What
to
they could
old
do,
books,
what
old
they could
horror
do, for
books,
example,
or
is
endless
play a
summer
news
like books.
segment
Yeah.
where they said like a man named Everett Rourke set free a bunch of zombies, for example. And those who played Endless Summer
Yeah,
might get the
exactly.
hint like, hey, is that the same Everett Rourke as we've been dealing with in these books?
Yeah, and also it would do wonder for because I personally feel like this zombie book is gonna define the choices how it is gonna be in the future, and also if they do this linking, one thing would happen: the old players like who are really pissed off about the book cancellations or who want more endless summer books but they can't get, they would be super happy to get this sort of
Yeah,
references in this new awesome book, and also new players would also be wondering, wow, I gotta check this book out, I gotta check this book endless summer out. So you would be in total a
yeah, because it would totally
blast for
promote
choices if they
their
go
old
for
and
this.
new
Yeah.
books at the same time. I was glad when in
Yeah.
what's it called in ah wait, give me a moment. In Just One Heartbeat, I think it was called.
Yes.
Um, that the Edenbrook Hospital was mentioned because at that point we
Yeah,
had
with every heartbeat. Yeah.
only two
With every
books of
heartbeat.
Edenbrook, and I had finished the both of the stories. And so when I played that story, I was like, hey, I like this story because it takes place in the Edenbrook Hospital, but from a different perspective.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's totally true. That was super awesome. It's all and always later we
really?
get
Do they
mention
get
of
mentioned? Because
Ethan and
I was
stuff.
hoping
So
for
yeah, it
that.
was super awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say much because it would spoil that for you. So yeah, but now
Are one
you'll
of the
play for
characters going
sure.
to show up,
Maybe
or is that a
before.
little too much?
Like I can say if you play some diamond scenes, some
Oh,
other
really?
characters would also show
Cool.
up.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna read the
and
book.
also if you play. Yeah, if you play the diamond scene, you'll see in a sort of you'll be bantering with Ethan, and you see Ethan is totally angry on with you because you're going to do something like he is a
Awesome.
a hot-headed person, but he would be smiling, looking at his phone. So you would get a mention of your character, and that is the character of Openheart in there. I mean, not direct mention, but you'd know like there is someone
Awesome.
special in Ethan's life.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna play that book. I don't care that I have to cry at the end. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, there's
And
little
see,
hints are there, here and
that's
then.
what I
Also with
mean.
Dakota, I mean,
If
super.
they make more references to this, I'm gonna be more motivated to play all these books because it's just more fun. It's one big universe,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the
of
main
course.
focus is, of course, on Dakota, on this sadness, on this fight of Dakota. We're with her or him, or with them, with Dakota. But also these like sort of side quest like things. So
Yeah,
these
absolutely.
also
These
make the
little
story up.
references, like what I said about Carson appearing in the Platinum story, I'm like, you don't expect it, but when it happens, it's funny. And when it happens, and you have read the previous books, you're like, oh yeah, this is about that book, and you're more motivated to continue the books.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah. So let's hope really that this zombie book contains a lot of references that would really make the old fan happy and also the new fans
Absolutely,
eager for
absolutely.
those books,
Yeah,
to
and
read those books.
about the other about the book of what's it called? Uh, Laws of Attraction. Laws of Attraction.
What
I
genre?
don't know if they
Yeah,
could make
Laws
any references
of
there to
Passion.
maybe a case that takes place in the Edenbrook Hospital that could happen. Or or yeah, I think they could put in some things like you're going to investigate somewhere and it happens to be a location that you've already seen before. Perhaps even the school from High School Story that you could go to. Uh, just some of these things. Yeah.
That could be the case. Yeah. That would be super awesome. But what I would more like to see, but what would I like to see more is if they can sort of connect, laws of attraction to crimes of passion. Because in crimes of passion, we solve cases, we find
True.
culprits, murderers, and in laws of attraction, we fight as an attorney.
I have a
Maybe it's
feeling
defense or prosecution.
I have
So
a feeling they're
they can
gonna
cut.
link these two together because the
Yeah.
titles are somewhat similar. Laws of Attraction, Crimes of Passion.
Yeah, so if they can connect the criminals up or connect some cases up, maybe we fight a case for someone and they commit the
Yeah, I
crime
would
in
also
that book.
be
You know what I mean?
finding it hilarious if there's like one of your clients could be Ethan from Open Heart, for example, uh, or some
Exactly.
or the one who sold the illegal medication to the hospital. Uh, that that you're gonna fight
Exactly.
their cases.
Just
Yeah,
like
I think that
NASA.
would be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be super awesome. I mean, the whole
Yeah,
fandom would go crazy on it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it would be super awesome.
Or I think it would also be cool if okay, that's a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit
true.
too far, but if you like at the end of Endless Summer, we're not really sure what happens to Rourke, and if here at the end or during one of the cases you get to actually attend his trial and make him either end up in jail or not, that would also be fun.
Exactly. That's true. That's true. It can happen. This can kind of connection sort of
I'm also
get
seeing
people
a little
more than
reference
anything
to
else.
the heist Monaco because if your characters could get arrested there, maybe there's something involved in the new book that could also be happening. Uh,
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe we can get that
oh
perfect
yeah,
match
right.
reference, because that love matchmaking company, they're gonna
I
get
would
sued
love
and they're gonna
I
get
would
into
love all the
prison. So
characters that
maybe
they
we're gonna
mentioned
fight.
before that they were gonna
Yeah.
sue to actually show up in trial in court. I would love that.
Maybe we would know what happened with the
Yeah,
Damian's another the robot that replaced
yeah.
Damian. I think I
What
forgot
if
the
at some
name of the
point
character in
Piper
this
of
game.
America's Most Eligible shows up because she's fighting putting she's been put on a case because Jen wants to take over production or something. I don't know, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
That would be super awesome. That would be super awesome. Let's hope. Let's hope. I mean, it really delivers as per our hope and
absolutely,
as per our
absolutely.
expectations. Yeah, that's true. So I have no more questions. So do you have any
Um,
questions? Then go ahead and ask.
At this point,
Or
I really
any.
don't have any questions. It's been fun talking about all of this with you, and of course with the people who are going to listen to this. Um, so no, I don't have any
Yeah.
further questions. I think maybe it should be fun if I mention which of the books actually get a reference in my video. I think that would be fun. We
Yeah.
make
Sure.
a wait. Let me open the
Yeah.
list again. We
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
browse by series.
Take your time.
We mention America's Most Eligible definitely because there's a whole segment where my evil alter ego goes to participate in a TV show um, called Belgium's Most Eligible because I live in Belgium. Um, we mention.
Yeah.
Bloodbound is kind of mentioned because the vampires are mentioned. Wait, let me see. Uh, Endless Summer is definitely getting the mention it deserves. The Elementalist has a whole segment about it in my video. Um, the Freshman series, kinda. It's about school in general, just a little reference. Um, then Nightbound. Let me see. Queen Bee also gets a reference by name, I remember. Um, there were more. Open Heart. We originally wanted to put one in, but at the end we decided to skip that reference. Which is a shame, but we had no time to
Mm-hmm.
record it. So yeah, that's. And the Heist
Yeah,
Monaco
sure.
gets a
Yeah.
subtle mention. Those who can spot it, I congratulate you. But those who can't spot it might have to watch the whole clip again to see where it pops up because it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's a mystery
yeah.
in itself.
And
That's
of
a
course
mystery.
we just
Yeah.
mentioned the diamond system in general. The fact that you need diamonds to continue or to unlock premium scenes and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's gonna be a fun video. I hope I can put it online soon. I'm going to message the guy who has to deliver me one line, and then I hope I can upload the video soon.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm really waiting for this video to release. And also, I'm going to be linking the video to my channel and also in the description box and mainly in the comment section because that's
Absolutely, yeah.
easier to find, sort of. Yeah. So when the video releases,
Okay, and
sort
I
of,
really
yeah.
hope because you've read part of the script that I sent you. So I because you also
Yeah.
play a role in in the video. Maybe we should mention that as well. Um,
Yeah.
and I really hope that you
Yeah.
are also gonna enjoy because so far you've only been reading the scenes, but I hope you're gonna enjoy seeing the things played out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'll see this all come to I'll see
Because
all this to
one
action,
scene I don't want to spoil anything, but one
sort
scene I'm
of.
particularly proud on is in the Elementalist series. There is this whole mirror dimension where your characters look into a mirror and see a whole different world or meet their evil twin brother or stuff.
Yeah,
And we even managed to put that in our video, so that's gonna be a lot of fun.
that's cool. That's I mean 100% dedication and super
Yeah.
hard work. I
So
mean,
I really
kudos
hope
to you.
everyone's going to be enjoying the project. I know there are probably going to be some errors, like when suddenly a character is standing there and it was there in the previous scene. But yeah, I feel like ignore these things. It's a comedy video, and that's all. That's all it's about. So
Yeah. So I like I said, I have like you said, I've only read the script, but I can't wait to see the script coming to life. All
yeah,
these lines, every single chunks, and my voice,
the
all those things.
the
Putting you
problem
have put them
with
to
me and my
action
brother
and
when we record
really.
stuff as our characters, we always tend to improvise and add more scenes
Yeah, yeah,
and put more jokes into it than we originally wrote in the script. So be because there's at one
yeah.
point a
Super
reference
awesome.
that just happens like meanwhile in the real world where just me and my brother are talking. So yeah, I think that
Yeah, yeah. I mean, improvising is the best skill that anyone can have,
yeah,
and it always makes things better.
absolutely, because there are some hilarious scenes in the video that we wouldn't have made up if we didn't improvise. So
Exactly.
yeah,
So then that's it. I mean, I can't wait to see that video.
yeah,
And like I said, I can't wait for the script, the whole plot that you said, the teasers that you have given. I can't wait for all these things to come to live. And I'm going to watch the video. I'm super excited. And his channel's name is Butterfreeguy. It's BUTTERFREEGUY, Butterfree Guy. You can just search on YouTube Butterfree Guy and his channel would pop up. This video is I'm gonna
absolutely.
link it. But also, other than this video, you'll find lots of other fun videos on his channel, like really fun video. And can you mention shortly? I think you've mentioned before, but so like Quickly, you can mention like what work do you do there?
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean the video.
On my
Yeah,
channel?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And the videos on my
yeah.
channel. Yeah. No problem. Yeah, of course. I originally started as someone who made funny sketches for someone's blog on the internet, but eventually we decided to go our separate ways, and I did my own thing with the channel, and it became an entire comedy channel where we reference all kinds of series and franchises. I mean, Harry Potter gets referenced, Doctor Who gets referenced, hospital series, all kinds of hospital series gets referenced. So we try to put in little references to everything that we know. And there was no reference to choices yet, so this video is definitely a welcome addition. And yeah, it's mainly just pure fun. And even if you think that a certain video can't get more hilarious, it just does. And I love how absurd and childish it might seem sometimes, but it's just pure comedy, and I love to make people laugh. And yeah,
Yeah.
now at this point where we are in the on my channel, even stuffed animals are talking. So originally it used to be only people. Now there are also stuffed animals as main characters in.
Yeah, that's true. I think we lost you there. Can you hear me? Yeah, no, go on.
I also wanted to say one more thing.
Your voice is not coming. Your voice is not coming. Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Now it's clear.
now
Yeah, I can hear you.
okay, that's good. So I just wanted to, for those people who also want to follow me on Instagram, my account name is just BUTTERFREEGUY, just like on YouTube. But my account is locked, so people will have to ask permission to follow me. But if you're a fan of either this channel or my channel, then absolutely you can send a request, and I will definitely add you, because I will tease things about my channel on my Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely follow him, and you'll get notified about the new videos and everything. And like I said before, I really can't wait to see the script and all the little sort of moments or that we have posted on Instagram come to life. I can't wait to see them come to life. When the video releases. So yes, and it's gonna be fun.
Absolutely, it's going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned. I hope I can get it online either today or in a few days.
Yeah, sure. So I will link the video in the description or in the comment section below, and go ahead, check out his channel, and stay tuned here for more videos regarding choices and reviews like you always get. And Butterfree Guy, you're always welcome in this channel, and I really would like to have conversations with you like this because it's super fun.
Absolutely, and I hope to include you in more of my videos as well in the future. I'm not sure how yet, but we'll figure out a way. So I hope we can work together more often like this.
Sure. And also, if you are more free, then we can definitely have conversations specifically after, one really famous book ends. Like when, for instance, Open Heart ends, then we can have a conversation like this, so that would be super awesome. People
The
can know
problem
both.
is when Open Heart ends, I think I'm gonna be sad because I.
Yeah, exactly. That's that. But, yeah.
Yeah, I can't get you. I want to end with the words I always use on my channel. Butterfree Guy signing off.
Yo, so also, take that also same from me. I'm also signing off, and see you again. Bye. You can say the phrase again to end it.
Butterfree Guy signing
Yo.
off.